starts with severe weather Team 11 coverage.
Storm tracker Doppler 11 radar tracking snow. You can see it's moving through our southern counties right now. Some flurries are possible here in the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah, with more widespread by tomorrow. Meteorologist Danielle Dozier is tracking the areas that will see some accumulation in Severe Weather Center 11.
So the heaviest totals are going to be where they typically are, with higher elevations, right? Because we have more snow that falls in those areas. But we are still seeing that snow, and I'm expecting more to come in, as they mentioned, tomorrow. So let's time out what's going on out there right now. We have snow in Indiana, also around Uniontown in the Greensburg area and parts of Greene County. And this is exactly what we were expecting. We have a low pressure that's crossing down to our south, with the better chance of that snow being well south and east of Pittsburgh. And so Westmoreland County all the way into Indiana County as well, seeing the snow. Ligonier to Mount Pleasant, the Connellsville down toward Uniontown, Spring Hill, Morgantown, all the way into eastern Greene County, seeing a little bit of that snow. And there is the possibility that we get on a few flurries here in Pittsburgh, but the bulk of that snow will remain down to the south and east, as you see as I put it into motion for today. We have a winter weather advisory that's been updating. You can see that winter weather advisory down south, Bedford, Somerset, and then also well off to the east where that blinking purple is right now. So that's where some of the heaviest totals will be. Coming up, I'm going to let you know when more snow moves back into the area, the specific hour-by-hour timing for the day tomorrow, so stick around.
We are following things on the Parkway North, where traffic is now moving smoothly again, but this is after a crash caused major delays during the morning commute. If you take 279 to work, you may have been stuck in that mess. PennDOT says there was a multi-vehicle crash in the southbound lanes near the East Street exit, and traffic was down to a single lane on a stretch of the Parkway for some time. We're working to find out if anyone was hurt in the crash.
Police are looking for a car that could be connected to a shooting in Stowe Township that put Stowe Rocks High School on lockdown. This happened yesterday afternoon about 2 blocks from the high school. Investigators say a police officer shot a man who rushed him while trying to run from a car that may have been involved in the shooting. That suspect was just grazed. He was treated and taken into custody. Police are still looking for another car, a black Chevy Spark with Missouri plates. They say there are a number of bullet holes in the front windshield, and the driver's side window may be shot out. Police say they do not have any reports of injuries from the initial shooting, and the motive is unclear. Happening now, a landslide is still blocking a busy road in Moon Township. We've been telling you about the dangerous situation on Route 51 since last week when the hillside gave way. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer is live now with an update from PennDOT and more on how businesses are feeling the impact here. Liz?
Yeah, Gordon, so there was hope that this stretch of 51 would actually reopen yesterday, but as you can see, that certainly isn't the case. PennDOT says that they assessed the hillside over the weekend. They determined that it's actually still moving, and they need to remove a portion of this rock here. So there's no telling how long that could take, but it is bad news for businesses and for commuters who say they want this back open.
It is going to hurt, and nothing's going to, can't make up for it.
At the Happy Mini Mart, sales are falling right along with the dirt, rock, and debris that's blocking off a major road in Moon Township. Chopper 11 flew over the landslide on Route 51 last week, forcing crews to close it in both directions between Flockerty Run and Purdy Roads. PennDOT assessed the situation Monday, determining it's still too unstable to reopen. But the rock that needs to be removed is on private property, and so the department is working to get the green light to take action. For now, there's no timeline. Cheryl Miller, a clerk at the Mart, just hopes it doesn't take too long.
Regulars aren't making it in. I'm seeing some new faces, but not enough to make up for the missing regulars.
And we spoke with some other businesses as well, and they say another issue they're facing, heavy traffic backups because of this closure. More on that in a report coming up at 5. Live in Moon Township, I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
2 days after a deadly tour bus crash on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and there is still so much we do not know. 5 people were killed, including a 9-year-old girl. The NTSB continues to update us, but says a final report on the crash may not be out for up to 2 years. The National Transportation Safety Board has removed an engine control module from the tour bus that police say went out of control, and that could give some key insight into speed, steering, and braking issues. The NTSB also plans to review video from a front-facing camera on one of the commercial vehicles. They confirmed the bus was inspected 3 weeks ago and it got a satisfactory rating. As for ongoing safety concerns, a spokesperson did not mince words when it came to passenger improvements.
When you see accident after accident where a death or serious injury could have been prevented by a seatbelt, it's frustrating and it's devastating.
Officials will also look into weather and other factors. The Mount Pleasant Volunteer Fire Department was the very first to respond to Sunday's incident. We spoke to their chief, who says he doesn't see this stretch of the Turnpike as necessarily problematic.
The trial that was supposed to start today for 4 men charged at a shooting outside the Monroeville Mall has been postponed. 6 people were charged in the shooting. Police say the shooting involved 2 groups from McKeesport. No one was hit, but there was some damage to a mall door. It's not yet clear why the trial was delayed or when it will be rescheduled. This morning, a judge banned the public and media from being in the room for jury selection in the trial of 2 men accused of killing 5 people, including an unborn child. Sharon Sheldon and Robert Thomas are accused of opening fire at a cookout in Wilkinsburg in 2016. Investigators say they targeted 1 man. He survived, but 5 other adults and the unborn child did not. The men could get the death penalty if they're found guilty. By the end of the first day, just 2 jurors were picked. Testimony is expected to begin next month.
A stampede at a funeral for an Iranian general killed in a U.S. airstrike has killed 40 people and injured more than 200 others. The stampede happened just as the procession for Qasem Soleimani got underway. His death has sparked calls across Iran for revenge against America, drastically raising tensions across the Middle East. NBC's Richard Engel reports from Iraq.
Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian general killed by a U.S. drone strike ordered by President Trump, was buried this morning in his hometown. Iranian state TV reports dozens of people were killed and dozens more injured in a stampede that broke out at the funeral. Amid the crushing sea of mourners, the head of Iran's Revolutionary Guard making explicit threats, saying, "We tell our enemies that we will retaliate, but if they take another action, we will set ablaze the places that they like and are passionate about." President Trump has offered up threats of his own, saying if Iran does retaliate, the U.S. response could be disproportionate, with strikes inside Iran, even against cultural sites. The UN Secretary General says he hasn't seen the world so full of risk.
Geopolitical tensions are at their highest level this century, and this turbulence is escalating.
Overnight, the Department of Homeland Security issued a general warning that Iran could respond with cyber attacks, improvised bombs, drones, attacks on civilians, or use one of its armed proxies, both on the U.S. or American interests around the globe. Nothing specific, but a clear expression of concern. The U.S. is sending in several thousand more troops to the region as reinforcements.
So the U.S. clearly concerned that Iran will respond, just they are not sure when or where. Richard Engel, NBC News, Erbil, Iraq.
McKeesport police are now investigating abuse allegations at a McKeesport nursing home. Andrea Leach says an employee at the Riverside Care Center abused her 82-year-old father. She says he has bruises on his arms, legs, and face. Also new, we got a statement from the care center. It says the employee is suspended and no residents are at risk.
Pittsburgh City Council has elected a new president. Teresa Cale-Smith was unanimously elected as new council president. This is her 3rd term in office, but her first in a leadership role. Yesterday's council meeting was also the first for District 1 Councilman Bobby Wilson. Wilson replaces Darlene Harris. The new year kicks off with fewer restaurants in downtown Pittsburgh. All 3 are owned by the same company and all 3 are in Market Square. Channel 11's Mike Holden has more on the surprise shutdowns.
Roughly more than 24 employees lost their jobs after these 3 restaurants and bars in the Market Square area shut down. Folks we spoke with say unfortunately this is a sign of the times and they hope whatever moves in next can succeed. You'll now have less dining options when you go out in Pittsburgh's popular downtown Market Square. Channel 11 confirms this afternoon with MW Hospitality, Molinaro, located right in the heart of the square, as well as Wolfie's Pub and the former site of Pizuvio, which has recently transformed into various pop-up bars along Forbes Avenue, have all shut down. We spotted this closed for business sign on Molinaro's front window. The ownership group is citing strictly financial issues. Employees of the three locations found out about the permanent closures last Friday and were told this past Saturday would be their final day of work. MW Hospitality is now working to place staff in surrounding restaurants. Folks we spoke with say they feel for them.
And it feels sad for them. I really do. I hope they can find something else, you know, because most of them were very young.
Yeah, that's terrible. Geez, I mean, to anyone that lost their jobs, that's really awful.
And one of the restaurant owners weighed in, saying their teams worked hard, they appreciate their support, but this was not an easy decision. Coming up on Channel 11 News at 5, we're diving deeper into this story and talking with folks about what they hope moves in next. Reporting in Market Square, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Weeks after Elwood City Medical Center shut its doors, a new medical center is coming into town. The Butler Health System is opening a facility in North Star Plaza. It will be right off Route 288 near the Giant Eagle. No word yet on what services will be offered or when the center will open. Nearly 200 workers were laid off when Elwood City Medical Center suddenly closed in November. It left the town without a hospital. Last week, its owner filed for bankruptcy.
2 children found in the street with gunshot wounds. The innocent mischief police say led to the violence.
And we're learning more about the local EMS worker killed on the job. What his community wants everyone to know about Matthew Smelslin.
And a live look outside. It's cloudy, 32. It's going to be even colder and windy tomorrow. I'll have that forecast coming up.
You're watching WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Avoid scams, save money, and find great deals. Top consumer advocate Clark Howard. Weekdays at 8:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. on WPXI. Brings you weather and traffic every 10 minutes.
Let me get you prepared for the week.
Now we've expanded our weather to help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today.
Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news in Westmoreland County. New developments on a highway tragedy that happened just hours after Sunday's Turnpike crash. A paramedic was hit and killed on I-70. Matthew Smelser was helping someone who was hurt in a crash on I-70 when he and his ambulance were hit by a tractor trailer. Channel 11's Renee Wallace spoke with his colleagues and those whose lives he touched in Rostraver.
People do care.
So many heavy hearts in the Bell Vernon community over the loss of Matthew Smelser, a Westmoreland County paramedic who died Sunday caring for others.
If you were sick, he's the face that you wanted to see.
When I found out, my heart just dropped.
Like so many, Jody Winwood felt she had to stop by the growing memorial to the 24-year veteran paramedic outside the Rostraver West Newton Emergency Services today. Some brought bouquets, some brought food, but everyone seemed to have a story about the selfless first responder who was killed early Sunday. According to state police in Bell Vernon, Matthew and his ambulance were hit by a tractor trailer on an icy stretch of I-70 near the Smithton exit about 5:30 a.m.
My 11-year-old goes, Mom, I remember him giving me his phone and put Frozen on it just to keep me calm on the way to one of our trips to children.
We're just born with this desire to serve others, and he had that.
Now this close community of friends, co-workers, and first responders feel it's important to honor Matthew's sacrifice by reminding drivers of what's at stake.
Everybody has to have an awareness that, you know, EMS is out there, and you have to be careful because we're humans too.
Move over. Slow down. You know, because the life that you save might be mine.
That was Renee Wallace reporting. Governor Tom Wolf has ordered state flags flown at half-staff in his memory.
Westmoreland County's new sheriff says he found quite a surprise when he arrived at work yesterday. James Albert told our partners at the Trib his office had been trashed. It was Albert's first day on the job. He defeated two-term Republican Jonathan Held in last fall's election. Albert says stacks of boxes with old arrest warrants blocked the door and trash littered the floors and desks. These are pictures from the Trib. Held says his last day in the office was January 2nd and everything was in place at that point. A baby Jesus statue was stolen and police are asking for help finding the thief. Take a look at this picture from the McCandless Police Department. They posted it on Facebook. The statue was taken from a nativity display on Christmas Eve. Police say they blocked out the suspect's face because he could be under 18. They're hoping someone recognizes the car or the person's clothing. Anyone with information is asked to call police.
A Milwaukee neighborhood is on edge after two children were shot for apparently throwing snowballs at a car. Police say two kids were shot Saturday after they threw the snowballs at the vehicle. When they arrived on the scene, when police did, they found a 12-year-old girl and a 13-year-old boy with gunshot wounds.
That's not the way you handle that.
Kids will be kids, but that's not a motive for you to shoot them. That's just ridiculous.
The kids are expected to be okay. Neighbors say the one thing that will put them at ease is police catching a suspect. Free naloxone will be handed out at the Pennsylvania Farm Show. The overdose reversing drug will be handed out Wednesday by Governor Tom Wolf's administration as part of ongoing efforts to stop overdoses and help people get treatment. That drug will be available at the Department of Health's booth as long as supplies last.
Pier 1 Import says it will shut down hundreds of stores. Pier 1 says it will close up to 450 stores, as well as some distribution centers and slash corporate headcount. The company has posted sales declines for 8 consecutive quarters. There are 5 Pier 1s in our area. No word yet on which locations would be closing. Some very encouraging news as the Penguins hit the road. Sidney Crosby tagged along. Crosby was on the team plane as the Pens left for Las Vegas yesterday. This is on the heels of Friday's practice when Sid was on the ice with the team. First with the gray non-contact jersey and then with the black jersey while he worked with the top power play unit. Still no word yet on if he will take the ice. The Pens face off against the Knights at 10 o'clock tonight.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Here's a look at Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. And as I mentioned earlier, that weather disturbance is moving down to our south, and the snow is confined mainly south and east of the city. But where it is coming down, we do have some reduced visibility. So watch for that if you are heading out and driving here this afternoon. The temperatures are cold. Take a look at our 24-hour temperature change, running 6 degrees colder in Pittsburgh than this time yesterday and 9 degrees colder out in the Greensburg area. Currently, we're freezing here in the city. City and in Greensburg, Indiana, you're at freezing as well. 35 in Beaver. We'll need the coats when we head out the door today. Our forecast for this afternoon, temperatures do look to climb into the upper 30s and actually giving way to maybe a few peaks of sunshine by late afternoon, but it will be short-lived because more clouds will be building back in for the evening and overnight period. Will be cloudy overnight tonight. Temperatures will range from the upper 20s to low 30s. From 27 in Butler to freezing down in Uniontown, 29 in Washington, mid-20s here in Pittsburgh. We have a stronger cold front that's going to be coming into the area by tomorrow morning. What's going to happen is the temperatures are really going to struggle to get out of the 20s. We'll check in close to 30 in the afternoon, and the winds will also be turning a lot stronger. So we're looking at gusts to about 25 miles per hour tonight and gusts throughout the morning and early afternoon tomorrow up to about 35 miles per hour. And check out the sustained winds coming right out of the west-northwest. So it's going to be a really blustery day all in all. Here's a look at Storm Tracker for this afternoon. This is 1 o'clock, so that snow is in Greene County and possibly southern Washington and eastern Washington County, kind of clipping southern Allegheny County before it all pulls away. So as I mentioned, not looking at a whole lot of snow, if any, in Allegheny County. Maybe a little bit of flurry action here for our south and eastern communities of the county. Greensburg, Indiana, seeing that snow today. Ligonier out toward Latrobe, and then that's going to be pulling out pretty quickly by late this afternoon and this evening, giving way to that cloudy sky overnight tonight. When you head out the door Wednesday, we are looking at scattered snow showers building in, and really these could be heavy in any one spot across the area. And if you get under a heavier snow shower during that morning commute, you're going to have that reduced visibility, and the air will be cold enough for it to stick. So be advised, there could be a few slick spots developing as that snow does begin to stick throughout the morning and afternoon. Here's a look at my snowfall forecast through Wednesday. So we're not looking at a whole lot of snow, and we're looking at mainly about less than ½ an inch, maybe a quick coating on some of those area surfaces out there. 1 to 2 inches here in the areas in blue, so that includes generally the ridges and mountains and then all the way up toward the I-80 corridor around Clarion and the Franklin area. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Cold by Thursday morning, 17, 42 Thursday, and then we turn very mild, 50s to 60s Friday and Saturday, but rain does move into the area. Coming up in this next half hour, I want to show you the hour-by-hour wind forecast and what those winds are looking like as we head through the day on Wednesday.
Still ahead, how letting people take time off now could help companies keep more workers in the future.
And IKEA will pay a family $46 million after a falling dresser killed their son. But they're not the only family dealing with tragedy. The shocking frequency with which accidents like this happen.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler. We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown. We're in Aliquippa, Coriopolis, and Moon.
Bringing you stories that impact your town. That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News.
forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
IKEA is paying $46 million to the parents of a young boy who died after a dresser fell on him. It's believed to be the largest wrongful child death settlement in U.S. history. The 2-year-old boy died in 2017 when a 70-pound recalled dresser tipped over. His parents sued IKEA, claiming that they should have done more to warn parents about the dangers. We've talked a lot about these dangers in the past. Every 30 minutes, a child is sent to the ER hurt by a falling piece of furniture. And every 12 days, a child dies from a tip-over accident. The Consumer Product Safety Commission recommends anchoring furniture to the wall. Kits are available at hardware stores, big box retailers, and online. That tragedy was felt here at home in 2014. You might remember these 2 Beaver County sisters were killed. 2-year-old Brooklyn and 3-year-old Riley Beatty were climbing on a dresser when it fell on top of them. Since 2016, D.C. lawmakers have worked to pass a bill that requires tougher safety standards for dressers and furniture.
This week, the PWSA is replacing more lead water lines. The goal is to reduce exposure in drinking water. Last year, they invested $49 million. 8,000 lead water lines have been replaced since 2016. This week, the work will continue on the north side and south side slopes in Greenfield, Squirrel Hill, Mount Washington, and Duquesne Heights.
We are getting our first look at the official art poster for the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. 20 works of art are on display at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Tokyo. They were created by a photographer, a manga artist, a calligrapher, and the Olympic emblem designer. Visitors to the museum can view the posters through February 16th. The Olympics kick off in July right here on Channel 11.
Dozens of workers on strike and now out of a job. How they found out they were being replaced.
Winds are light right now, but they're really going to ramp up later tonight. I'm going to show you that hour-by-hour wind forecast when we come back.
You're watching WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. All the best things happening in Pittsburgh in one place. Watch 11 Things to Do, Thursday and Friday mornings at 9:15 on WPXI Now and on demand.
Channel 11 Morning News. There is a team that has been working all night to get you the news you need.
The news doesn't stop. We don't stop.
As a mom, I know your morning is busy. We're going to give you everything you need, from the breaking news desk to weather and traffic.
When you walk out that door, you're prepared.
Watch Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Well, the wind isn't bad today, but that's going to be changing.
Yeah, Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Danielle Dozier is here with a look at how high those winds could get through the night. Danielle?
Yeah, so we have this strong cold front coming in, and if you think it's cold out there right now, wait until tomorrow, because these winds are really going to ramp up and the wind chills are going to be going down. Right now, our wind chill is sitting right at freezing here in Pittsburgh, so it's going to feel a lot like the air temperature in many locations. The exception right now, at least, is Washington and Indiana down in the 20s because the winds are slightly higher there, but watch the wind tonight. Here's 11 p.m. Winds sustained anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's 5 a.m. Winds are starting to come up, and then watch what happens. This is 9:30 in the morning. Sustained winds as high as 25 miles per hour. That's the yellow color you're seeing there. And then into 4 o'clock, those winds up around 15 to still, I think, 25 in spots, a little yellow showing up here and there. It's going to be a very windy day. Again, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, sustained with higher gusts to nearly 35 miles per hour. That's going to put the wind chills down in the teens, everyone. So I'm going to show you that hour-by-hour forecast for the wind chill, what it's going to feel like when you walk out the door tomorrow morning throughout the day. Plus, I'll have another look at Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar when we come back.
Workers on strike in Washington County watched as their permanent replacements crossed the picket line. Dozens at Langloth Metallurgical near Burgettstown are out of a job. Channel 11's Kara Sapita found out what the company had to say.
These workers have been on the picket lines for nearly 4 months since early September, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They told me it was pretty disheartening when they found out the company hired 100 new workers. 83 workers currently on the picket line are now out of a job at the Langloth Metallurgical, a metal plant in Burgettstown, all members of the United Auto Workers Union who have been on strike since September and just received an email saying the company has decided to move forward with the permanent replacement of all bargaining employees on strike.
I was about 12 days away from retiring. I've been here 24 years, and we're looking out for the next generation. Seniority is the main thing when you're affiliated with any union.
Workers say the company has offered an increase in pay and benefits, but they aren't budging over seniority, which they say is crucial when bidding jobs in this industry, where some of the jobs can be extremely grueling.
We want the affordability to be able to bid 2 schedule changes.
Guards at Langloth did open the gates for us, but after identifying ourselves as Channel 11, they asked us to leave. I gave my card to one of the security guards. He brought it right back outside and said they're not releasing any statements and not speaking to the media.
The economic generator of that plant to that school district in that area is irreplaceable.
State Rep Jason Ortite also came out to the plant and was also denied a face-to-face meeting, but he spoke to their lawyer over the phone.
I had asked him straight up, have we reached the point of no return? Because when you put replacement workers in, it doesn't exactly look good.
He didn't get an answer, but like the workers out here, they're all hoping it's not the end. In Burgettstown, Kara Sapita, Channel 11 News.
Maybe some changes to Westmoreland County's budget plan. The newly formed Republican majority commissioners will vote on reopening the 2020 budget. The $341 million budget passed last month by the previous board. That budget is projected to exhaust the county's surplus account to balance the deficit spending plan, and it would raise property taxes by more than 2%. The tax hike would be the first since 2005. Commissioners say they plan to look at ways to repeal that increase.
This week, some major privacy changes to YouTube, and it's all about protecting your kids. In September, the video sharing site promised to change after federal regulators accused them of collecting data from minors. Now, videos created for kids will be stripped of targeted advertising and other features like comments and live chats.
The more that you're able to talk with your kids about using good judgment on YouTube, the better. And the fact that there are no longer the comments and the chats and some of the other things that can really veer in the wrong direction is a positive step.
Experts say it's important to closely monitor your child's internet use and talk to them about safety.
State health officials have discovered the source of the bacteria that killed 3 newborns and made 8 others sick. According to a new report, the bacteria at Geisinger Medical Center in Danville was traced to equipment used to prepare donor breast milk. The health department said the hospital failed to sanitize the equipment before use. The hospital has since replaced the equipment.
The treasurer-elect of Uniontown was supposed to be sworn in last night, but that didn't happen. Antoinette Hodge was elected in November. She's the first African-American woman to be elected to the position. But her attorney told Channel 11 council would not swear her in because there are questions about her bond. And more details now. A bond refers to the handling of public funds, and government agencies require some people to get bonded before being sworn in. These bonds hold officials responsible for performing their duties according to law. A doctor from UNC Chapel Hill gives a whole new meaning to distance medicine. NASA called him to help an astronaut on board the International Space Station who needed some medical attention. Brian Mims has more on the space call.
It is pretty heady stuff, getting a phone call like this.
I picked up the phone, and NASA was on the phone, said it was urgent.
Did you catch that? NASA was on the phone. As a kid, Dr. Stefan Maul wanted to be an astronaut, so he was a little moon-eyed.
It was surprising. It was an honor. It was, I was curious to see where that would lead, yes.
It would lead to the International Space Station, where an astronaut had a blood clot. And Dr. Maul is a star when it comes to his blood clot expertise, having been published in medical journals. For privacy reasons, the astronaut is not identified, but the clot was found in the jugular vein. This was the first blood clot case in space, and NASA had no protocol.
So all decisions that had to be made were best guesses.
The doctor couldn't help but ask, would NASA send him to the station to examine the patient himself?
So I should really be taken up there. And their response was, we'll see what we can do and we'll get back to you.
Dr. Maul remained earthbound while consulting a team of NASA doctors. If the clot weren't treated, it could spread to the lungs or brain and become far more serious. The typical treatment on Earth is blood thinners. But how would they work in zero gravity?
So one needed to weigh the risk-benefit of starting a blood thinner or not using a blood thinner.
He and the team agreed to put the astronaut on blood thinners, with Dr. Maul directing the dosage. The space station had only a limited supply, but the treatment worked. Dr. Maul even had a phone call from his patient.
My wife picked up, and it actually was here's the International Space Station, and she handed it on to me saying there's somebody from outer space who wants to talk to you.
Enough to make a well-grounded doctor feel on top of the world.
Pretty amazing story there. The astronaut who was treated is back here on Earth now, and we're told is doing well. Looking for some extra cash? Oscar Mayer is looking for people to drive the Wienermobile.
The unique training that drivers have to go through before hitting the roads.
But first, a new plan to stop you from speeding in work zones. The new camera is set up in an unusual place.
You hear us say Channel 11 News 11 at 11 all the time.
But this is what it means.
It means you get 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
It means we deliver breaking news, local news happening now, and details about what's happened since 6.
All before the first commercial.
11 at 11 means I'll track storms and bring you your first look at weather before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Watch tonight.
Argenta and Gordon Lesh on Channel 11 Morning News.
The city of Pittsburgh is working to reduce flooding along Sawmill Run. The mayor's chief of staff posted these pictures on Facebook. They show the before and after of the second phase of a cleanout project. Now more water is able to get through the run.
Winter break is over, and that means flu cases could soon rise because your kids are exposed to more germs in hallways and classrooms. The state health secretary is once again urging everyone to get their flu shot. There's been an early start to this year's flu season. So far, the state has more than 17,000 cases and 9 deaths. Allegheny County still leads the state.
There's a new reason to stick to the speed limit in work zones. PennDOT and the Turnpike Commission will be tracking you with new cameras. What makes this different is the cameras are mounted to vehicles. Here's one example. It shows the technology on the outside of this white SUV. The main goal is to prevent crashes, of course. In 2018, there were 1,800 work zone crashes. Nearly half involved someone getting hurt or killed. Officials will be testing the program for the next 60 days. Once the grace period ends, you'll get a warning letter for speeding, and the second offense will be a $75 fine.
New at noon, Facebook just announced a ban on deep fakes. Those are photos or videos that have been altered to make it look like someone is saying or doing something that never actually happened. Facebook says it will remove these kinds of posts. The change could help crack down on misinformation during this year's presidential election.
We all know robocalls are annoying and oftentimes illegal.
How an online kit is actually helping people across the country collect cash from robocallers.
Chills out the door will be in the upper teens to low 20s tomorrow morning, but I want to show you what it's looking like in the afternoon. You're going to want to stick around for that. Coming up.
You're streaming WPXI Now, your source for breaking news, weather, and original local shows. Murder, mystery, and the missing. Justice Rules profiles real-life crime stories. Tuesdays at 9 p.m. right here on WPXI.
Channel 11 is there.
We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. We cover news everywhere you live.
That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
Downtown, Mount Oliver, East Liberty.
For news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
Nobody can read between the lie like Judge Judy.
One of the biggest tech trade shows of the year kicks off today. The Consumer Electronics Show opens in Las Vegas. More than 4,500 exhibitors will show off their new innovations. Expect to see more self-driving cars, high-end TVs, wireless earbuds, and smart home gadgets. And look out for advances in computer-generated humans So realistic, you can't tell it's not video of a real person. Starbucks unveils new options today. The coffee giant is stepping up alternatives, including new non-dairy options like the almond milk honey flat white and the coconut milk latte. Both will be permanent additions to the menu at participating Starbucks. Not only are robocalls to your cell phone annoying, if you haven't given your permission, they are illegal. And now, an online kit is helping hundreds of people across the country collect cash penalties from robocallers. Heather Sullivan has the story.
Fed up with robocallers trying to sell you something?
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
A day I get like 5.
You can hang up, ignore it, block it, but the calls keep coming. But 16-year-old Jackson Gosnell hears ka-ching. When his phone rings, he just bought his first car.
2012 BMW 528i. It's all black.
With these checks, he won in legal settlements from robocallers who called him illegally. Here's how.
So you want to start taking the calls, you'll ask questions, and then you'll gather the company's information, do a little bit of research, and then you'll send them a letter, and the letter just basically says, hey, you violated the law. You can settle with me now at this discounted rate, or I could sue you, and you would have to pay the full penalties.
He learned how when he bought this $47 kit from robocalls.cash, which says consumers can sue robocallers for breaking the Telephone Consumer Protection Act.
Each call is worth $500 if you're not on the National Do Not Call list, and they're worth $1,500 if you are.
Gosnell says his parents help with the legal part, but he's one of hundreds across the country who say they're collecting thousands in settlement checks. The kit's author, Doc Compton, says robocallers often settle to avoid court.
All of the information about their patterns and practices of their business can end up in a public forum, which could draw the unwanted scrutiny of federal organizations like the Federal Trade Commission or the Federal Communications Commission.
And Compton says the point here isn't just collecting the settlements, it's to stop the calls.
I've had people ask me, all over the country, like, yeah, but if this works so well, aren't they eventually going to stop calling? Yes, that's ideal. That's exactly what we're looking for.
And for consumers like Gosnell, it's paid off.
This is specific to robocalls to your cell phone, not your landline. Just last week, President Trump signed a bill that increases fines for robocall violations and cracks down on the companies making those calls.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Back with a live look at Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar and where that snow is falling. Everywhere we are seeing this white color, that's where we do have some snow from Indiana down toward Latrobe and Uniontown area. And we're looking at Greensburg. I just checked the closest observation to that. Still reporting snow. Some areas, especially on this fringe line here, the northern fringe line, that's where we're seeing some dry air, so maybe just a few flurries showing up, but really the bulk of the heaviest has been across southern Greene down toward Morgantown, Uniontown, Bullskin, all the way up to the north today, and that's where we have some reduced visibility because of that snow. As I put it into motion, this whole weather system is going to be pulling away through the afternoon, so don't expect this to actually come toward the north into Pittsburgh or Beaver. It's going the other way. So we are looking at little to no snow here across Allegheny County today. Visibility, as I mentioned, reduced in the areas in gray. We've got a 1-mile visibility in Indiana and in Morgantown because of the snow, so just take it easy out in that area. You can see right now our temperatures are ranging from low to mid-30s from Washington into Pittsburgh and Greensburg. And what we're looking at tonight is the temperatures falling from the upper 30s and in the mid-30s this evening, so you're going to need the coat when you're heading out. And then overnight tonight we'll be falling into the low 30s and eventually the 20s throughout the day tomorrow as a cold front comes through. Here's Storm Tracker at 1:30. As I mentioned, that's going to keep pulling away from the area. This is 3:30. Indiana County down toward Westmoreland and Fayette County still dealing with that snow. And then by 6 o'clock or so, you can see how quickly it moves out of here. We're going to be dealing with some snow showers scattered about the area, I think, for parts of your morning commute. And where we do have some heavier bursts of snow, which could really occur anywhere in those snow showers, you'll have reduced visibility and the air will be cold enough for that snow to stick throughout the morning and afternoon. So do plan on that potential for a few slick spots through the day tomorrow. Overall, though, less than about an inch, so anywhere from a coating to a ½ an inch is possible. 1 to 2 inches here in the areas in blue, which does include parts of Indiana County, all the way down through the ridges, and then, of course, the I-80 corridor points to the north, where we typically see a little more snow, some isolated higher totals of 3 inches as well throughout the ridges and mountains. Tomorrow, temperatures near 30. They may struggle all day in the upper 20s as that colder air continues to pump in. Wind chills will be in the teens, upper teens in the morning, but watch what happens. I told you those winds are going to be really ramping up through the day. Wind chill around 11, Butler, Katanning, Newcastle at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Those winds could gust anywhere up to about 35 miles per hour. So a cold, kind of blustery day with those snow showers around, especially early. 17 by Wednesday night, 42 Thursday. Thursday's going to be our kind of best day to get outside, really, because we have more rain moving in late Thursday night into Friday. Friday is 55 with showers, and at least it's mild, but it's going to be a really super soaker on Saturday with some pretty bouts of heavy rain, I think. Temperature up to 61, and then as it cools to 39 by Saturday night into Sunday morning, we're looking at any moisture that's left over could be in the form of a rain-snow mix with highs on Sunday in the mid-40s.
Many of us are immersed in our music playlists as we go about our day. Well, tonight, NBC premieres a new show about a woman who sees music come to life. Mark Barger previews Zoe's extraordinary playlist.
Are you comfortable being the bad guy?
Well, I'm not really comfortable with anything. That's why I became a coder.
Jane Levy plays a computer whiz whose MRI appointment triggers a power beyond the keyboard in Zoe's extraordinary playlist.
An inexplicable ability to hear others' innermost thoughts through musical numbers.
It's an unsettling situation for Zoe, to put it mildly.
People are singing to me.
Making for awkward moments in some cases.
I think I love you.
What? But when it comes to Zoe's ailing father,
I don't know what's going on in his head, how much he's processing.
Her new ability is potentially useful.
It kind of ups the ante a little bit about our emotions, and we're scared.
The saying goes that eyes are the windows to the soul. And in this show, songs are the soundtrack to the heart.
There's a lot of unique television, but I feel so lucky to be a part of this show.
The cast hopes Zoe's extraordinary playlist
All I do is win, win, win.
hits the right note with viewers. Mark Barger, NBC News.
Prime time starts with Ellen's Game of Games with the premiere of Zoe at 10 o'clock, and keep it here for 11 at 11.
Still ahead, how drones, a Hyperloop, and even gondolas could play a part in Pittsburgh's future. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lash.
And I'm Catherine Amenta.
At Channel 11 Morning News, we help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today with temperatures.
Heavier delays for the inbound morning commute.
We expanded our breaking news team to better cover news happening right now and give you new information throughout the morning.
Let's get right to Jennifer Tomazik live at the breaking news desk.
A huge impact on the area. In fact, we just found out.
Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4:30.
live.
On Channel 11 News.
Like car, bus, train, or Uber, how do you get around the city? Well, the city is planning for the future, and tonight the city wants you to weigh in. Beginning at 6 inside the Convention Center, officials will be talking about the PGH Mobility 2070 investment plan. Nearly 1,000 comments have already been collected as city officials attended community meetings this summer and heard a ton of ideas, from gondola transit routes to smart traffic networks and drone deliveries. Hyperloop connections between major cities are also expected to be a hot topic. That one perhaps becoming a reality sooner rather than later. After today's meeting, there will be other opportunities to weigh in before a final plan is released.
Well, speaking of getting around, Oscar Mayer is looking for people to drive the Wienermobile. They're accepting applications for the next class of hot doggers. As part of the job, you would be required to attend a 2-week training session, which includes being schooled in hot dog puns. Not buns, puns, and mastering parallel parking the 27-foot hot dog. That's where I would fail.
So if you're a passenger in the Wienermobile, does that mean you're riding shotgun?
I like that. Very,
Put
very
that on my
good.
resume.
Yes, okay.
My application.
That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5.
Have a great day. Breaking News Desk is really an invaluable tool.
You're going to get breaking news as it's happening. You can be assured that everything I tell you is something that's important that's going to impact your day.
We have an anchor now dedicated to following the latest information as it comes in.
I know the neighborhoods, I know the school districts, and that really helps to inform you so that you know if something is going to impact your family.
As soon as she gets that information, the Breaking News Desk is able to go on air, bring that information to you and share it.
That is a resource no one else has. If you see me on the Breaking News Desk, you